Here we go.
Now?
Yeah. Isn't that what Joker says?
We're live. Are we live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that what Joker says? The movie?
He says,
Here we go.
why so serious? He
He
says, something about dancing in the pale moonlight, dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
No, that's not this one.
Wrong
sorry,
Joker.
different.
Don't bring that quote up.
The third
Don't
best
bring
Joker,
that quote up.
I believe I made him the third best Joker.
After
Who,
Joaquin
Jack
Phoenix,
Nicholson
right?
or
Jack Nicholson.
oh, okay, yeah.
Did you say Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, isn't he your favorite Joker?
When was he ever the Joker?
He wasn't he?
In The Joker.
The
Wasn't
Joker?
the name of it?
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
That was
hate
legit.
him
That was a legit thing.
I hate him so much that
You hated that movie. You forgot he existed.
No, I hate him. I don't like him as an actor.
Oh, I thought you didn't like that movie either.
The movie was okay. I don't know. I don't like him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor Joaquin.
I don't think he even made my list of top 5 Jokers.
No, because
you did not like him
at the time when that movie came out, I thought you said you hated it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, the movie we're talking about.
Oh, The Dark Knight.
Released in 2008, which is older than I thought it was.
Wow. Starring Joaquin, not Joaquin Phoenix.
Heath Ledger and Christian Bale.
Who's the guy? Who's the
Michael
wrestling
Caine.
connection?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine's not a wrestler.
Oh, wrestling connection.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tiny Lister.
Zeus is in this movie.
Yes. Big role. He's got words and everything, which is more than we can say for some of our wrestling connections.
Honestly, besides Friday, this is probably Zeus Tiny Lister's best role. Like, he is awesome in this part.
He is
so good. Great part.
So this was the second of a 3-part series.
Was it ever?
And I watched the first one before I watched this one.
Oh, really?
I did not watch the third one, but I watched the first one. It remains a very so-so, like 2 hours of just setting up.
A lot of setup.
Yeah.
A lot of setup. What I remember about Batman Begins was, first of all, it was on the Lemoyne channel, so I think I watched like 100 times in college.
Yeah.
Second of all, I like the take on, because it was a way different take on how Batman becomes Batman. It was like the mafia, and he goes to become a ninja and all that. And I thought that was really cool.
And there's a really cool scene where it's his final test. So he's got to fight like the bad guy, but he's in the middle of like 100 dudes all dressed the same.
Yeah.
They like choreograph and change position. Yeah.
Yeah. And good, first of all, Batman basically is a ninja, so good. Mm-hmm. But I remember the end being like, this end's sort of dumb. It's like, we're going to turn the city into, I forget what it was now, like it was Scarecrow was going to release his gas, right?
Into the water,
Into the water.
Water. It was all about the water, right? Yeah.
Blow all the water lines, vaporize all the
Steam
water lines.
Vaporize all the water. Yeah, it was real dumb. Like, why? Who cares? Yeah. Although his like terrorist, like, also the fact that Batman was trained by like a bunch of terrorists and didn't know it, and then they come to like take over. Like, that's cool too. There's some weird execution in that movie, but
it came out very under the radar too. I didn't even know about it until it was already like on DVD. It was a very under the radar.
Yeah, it kind of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that movie had the Joker card at the end, right?
Yeah, at the very end they said there's a new guy, and he says like, I'll look into it, basically.
Yeah, which is like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get real in the next movie.
Yeah,
so it was like a decent movie, but like this movie was gonna be the one.
Right. So when they were making this one, they gave it a $185 million budget, which is not nothing. I mean, that's let me see. Batman Begins made
a fuck ton.
So Batman Begins made $373 million. So it made a lot of money.
Very good.
So they gave it 100, and it made $1 billion. And this movie did.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if it still is, but at the time it was the 4th highest grossing movie ever.
It's certainly gone down because of all the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was one of the first. Like a lot of superhero movies had already done well, like X-Men had done well, but none had done this well. I think
Yeah.
this movie like was crushed it for
It won
superhero movie.
it won a couple of Oscars and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so we dive right in though. Movie opens up during a bank robbery.
Oh my god, this scene is
And
great.
just the way they set it up is awesome. Because
So
a bunch
good.
of guys that clearly are working with the Joker because they're wearing clown masks.
Right.
But they're breaking into a bank and they start kind of killing one another and saying, like, yeah, need more money for us. The boss told me to do it.
Right. As soon as the task is complete,
Yeah,
you
like,
kill the next guy.
are you supposed to kill the vault guy? Like, yeah, bang, dead.
Yeah.
But they're complaining that the guy who put it together, this Joker character, is not part of the actual, like, he's got no skin in the game in the bank.
Right.
Till all of a sudden he comes driving through the wall in a school bus.
Is that him? I thought it
No.
was not him.
He was
He was
there
already
that-
in there. You're right.
He
Sorry.
was there the whole time.
Yeah,
He
he was
was
the one
one
that
of the
got
ones.
picked up
He-
on the
he's in the
street.
He's in the back seat listening to them talking shit about him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so we see one of the like you said, yes, one of the guys with the clown mask on is him. He takes it off to reveal his Joker face.
Right.
Has like one of the bank managers like comes after these guys with a shotgun.
Because he's a mob. Definitely
Banker.
a mob guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so of course he just puts a grenade in his mouth and drives away in the boss after like killing everybody else off. And now he's just got a ton of money.
But that bomb never goes off, right?
No, it's like a smoke bomb type of thing. So it kind of just sets the stage because then we go to we see like criminals not wanting to do too much because they're afraid of Batman now, and we
Right.
get Lieutenant now Gordon because he had to get promoted in the last movie.
Right.
He's got the bat signal, but Batman doesn't show up, and whoever he's with is like, "Where is he?" And he's like, he doesn't even show up a lot of time. I'd like to think it's because he's out fighting crime. But
He
we
says, doesn't he say he turns it on just to scare the criminals away?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't, but it's nice to remind them that he's here.
mhm.
But we do see that there are some criminals out tonight, including the bad guy from the first movie, Scarecrow, is still out.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're in a parking garage, like doing a drug deal or something, with some Russian gang members. And we see all these like, that's not quite Batman show up.
A bunch of fat men show up with machine
Yeah.
guns.
Basically, guys that want to be Batman and have
Right.
like taken it upon themselves that they can do it too, start showing up. And you actually hear Scarecrow at one point like look at one and go like, "That's not him." And then
Yeah,
Batman
as
shows up.
as soon as they start shooting the guns, he's like, "That's not them."
Yeah. And then Batman actually shows up and like knocks one of them out, and he's like, "There he is."
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Scarecrow.
I do like in this how quickly he's like removed from the movie.
Yeah.
Like he just gets arrested again at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he's still around, but yeah, he's not really a part of it.
One thing they do well is like the original, tying in the originals, like Joker's henchmen. They do a great job with Joker's henchmen, like you said. They do a good job with like the villain who's an idiot is like, oh, we took him. Well, I'm gonna take him out easily.
Yeah.
Like setting up the other villains. Like I think some of the movies did that too. Like he's catching a bad guy in the beginning, and then he ends up having to fight like Two-Face later.
Yeah. So we get basically the Russians set a dog loose on him, which is just a quick way for him to be like, "I need you to fix my suit." But he catches Scarecrow, beats up the mob, and he's Batman. So
Kicks all that.
and he's just mad that there's fake Batman showing up now.
Right. Two of the
sorry.
best people in these movies, Michael Caine,
Yes,
incredible,
always, as Alfred.
incredible, and Morgan Freeman as his other helper. Like both of them make these
Mr.
movies
Fox.
so much better.
Yeah.
Lucius Fox.
Yeah, excellent.
So we go back to the bank now. Gordon is there, and the Batman shows up Like he just kind of pops in and out. Basically says like he's been they've been tracking the money to try to find out like where it all goes.
Right. It's all marked bills.
Yeah. And Gordon's like, hey, why don't you worry about Joker here? Like something's going on. And he's like, I can't worry about him. There's like 1 million criminals in the city. So he's not yet worried about Joker.
He's still mad at the mob from the first movie. Like the mob are the mob responsible for killing his parents or whatever. So he's still pissed at the mob.
Yeah. It was a member of the Falcone family.
Right. So he's still trying to take them down.
Yeah. So we then see the next day it's Bruce Wayne now like healing himself up, and Alfred's like yelling at him for trying to get killed all the time, and then basically calls him out on watching Harvey Dent, who is like the district attorney,
right?
But they kind of allude to like, are you watching him because he's important or because he's dating your ex? And they kind of very quickly are like, A, he's with your ex. B, it's not Katie Holmes anymore.
Right.
Same character. Katie Holmes in the first movie. Maggie Gyllenhaal takes over.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, who sucks in this movie. This movie is
both of them.
They both suck, but Maggie sucks. Oh my God. This movie is cast so incredibly. Everybody's great.
Except for her.
And she stands out like a sore ass thumb. And she's fine in other shows. But in this,
honestly, couldn't name another thing she's.
I think she's in other things and she's okay.
She's in other things, but I don't know what.
Boy, oh boy, is she bad in this spot. Oh my God.
I forget the name of it now because I've never heard of it before. But Katie Holmes like backed away from this movie because she was tied to a different movie and she picked that one.
Yeah.
And then
her career ended after that.
Yeah, because she basically said like, "Oh, I would love to work with him again." Talking about the director, he was kind of like, "We got Maggie now." Sorry. Yeah, I guess he was pissed.
Nolan.
Yeah.
She sucks. She's
yeah,
terrible.
so we basically see that Harvey Dent is prosecuting all of the mobsters at the same time.
Yep. Shows up late. He's a lawyer. He's like a rock star. Shows up late. Prosecutes everybody. A dude tries to kill him,
and he just like disarms him and punches him in the face in the courtroom.
Yeah. Yep. He's like, permission. It's almost like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Like he gets it. Permission to treat the witness hostile. Okay. Bam. Punch in the face. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then they take him away and goes, I'm not done yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't finish my questions.
But the mob is not like taken down yet at this point, obviously.
Right.
No.
He meets with Harvey Dent, then meets with Gordon, and they basically say like, hey, you got a lot of dirty cops. And Gordon's like, hey, you got a lot of dirty people in the DA office.
One of them was right. One of them was right. The other wasn't.
For sure, one of them was right.
I think they were both right.
Harvey was right.
They're probably both right. But
we never see anybody in the district attorney's office do anything.
True.
But yeah, they become like they're friends by necessity. They don't really trust each other, but they need each other type of thing. Yeah.
They already don't like each other.
This is where we also get him being called the White Knight at this point.
Right.
As opposed to the Dark Knight, the name of the movie. We then shoot, we're kind of all over the place at the beginning, but it ties together well. It's Lucius Fox, Mr. Fox, Morgan Freeman, holding a board meeting with a group out of Hong Kong, where basically they talk about like joining, and one of the guys speaks up and is like, something's not right here. He's like, oh, maybe you should look into it then. And basically he just wanted to get them in the room. Oh, you all right? Well?
Sorry, the cat.
Oh,
go ahead.
They're like a corrupt company, obviously, that he's just.
And he knows about it, but he just wants to like get some information from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Batman.
But this guy, he says like, go ahead and look into it, basically. Like,
this other guy.
You feel good about it. Yeah. Some
other guy who works at Wayne Enterprises, right?
Yeah.
Random accountant guy.
So we then go out to dinner and we see Harvey and Rachel out, and he's talking about how like hard it was to get a reservation, blah, blah, blah. So of course, Bruce Wayne and just some chick walk in.
The head of the Russian ballet, is that right?
Yeah, the prima ballerina, the head ballerina. of the Russian ballet.
Yep. And he comes in and is like, hey, pull a table together. We'll just sit with them. Harvey,
Like,
obviously,
yeah,
not thrilled.
He's like, you can't do that. This is like, and he's like, I own this restaurant, so I can do whatever I want. I can totally spy on my girlfriend.
Which he does in the first movie. He goes out to dinner with 2 women.
Right, right.
And they're like dumb and they get into the fountain.
Yes.
And so guys like, get them out. And he goes, I'm going to buy this building. You're fired. I'm going to go in swim with them.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it the same restaurant, Bill? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't.
We're going to say it's the same restaurant.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So then they get talking about the Batman. But Harvey basically says like, hey, I like Batman. Like I need his help right now.
Yeah.
And then Bruce basically in a power move says like, I'll throw you a fundraiser. Like so you can run for district attorney or re-election.
Harvey's like, I don't need any fundraisers. I'm good. And he's like, you'll never need another one in your entire career.
Basically says, I have a lot of rich friends.
Yeah.
I am rich, and so are my friends.
Yeah.
With all of our money.
I'm going to get you elected, give you all this money so I can steal Maggie Gyllenhaal back. Is what he means. Ah, boy.
So as they're doing this, we go to the mob and all the heads of the various families, if you will, are getting together talking about where their money is. And we get this Lau guy who is at the meeting with Fox saying like, hey, don't worry. I've taken all of your money out because it's about to get stolen. Like they're onto you guys. I've already taken care of it. So he's basically saying like, you're welcome, but also like you need me. You're nothing without me.
He put them all in international accounts that they can't access without him.
Yep. All of a sudden Joker walks in and there's a quick like back and forth with one of the mob members. So he puts in a pencil through the mob guy's eye and kills him.
Yeah. This is an amazing scene.
It's like, I will make this pencil disappear and then smashes his head on it.
An excellent scene.
And no one seems to mind, even the rest of his like family or whatever.
I also laughed because they have a metal detector and they're like checking everyone in, and Joker just waltzes in with 1,000,000 grenades in his jacket.
Yeah.
And the metal detector doesn't go off or anything. He just walks in with grenades in his jacket with that comical like pull me, it's gonna explode pin.
Yeah. Yep.
But he's great in this whole movie, obviously. But fantastic part here.
But basically, he comes in and he says, like, yeah, like, you guys need me. And they don't like him. They call him a freak and all that. And he basically, like, points at Lau and is like, he's a squealer. Can't trust him. Basically, when you guys want to get serious, come find me.
Because what we need to do is kill Batman. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. He says Batman's the real problem. You don't have to worry about, like, the DA and the cops. You need to kill Batman.
Yeah. And then he, like, walks out and is like, by the way, Batman's going to find this guy. Talking about Lau.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then we get
Batman has no jurisdiction, I think is what he says.
Yeah. Harvey Dent and Gordon and Batman all meet up at the Bat Signal. So they can talk about how they're all the best and how much they love each other.
Just a couple of kick-ass dudes hanging out.
And then this is where they get Batman can get him. Like, he's out of our jurisdiction, but Batman can do whatever he wants.
Right.
And he basically like, all right, sure.
I'll try.
Yeah. Then we find out that Bruce Wayne is going to go to Hong Kong and he's going to take Mr. Fox with him.
Yes.
Except he's not really like he puts on a little show that he's taken the entire ballet with him on like a vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
But then he leaves the boat to get on like another thing.
On like a Korean smuggler's plane.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
But so he just left, let's say, at least 30 people witnessing Bruce Wayne leaving on a smuggler plane.
Right. But it's like.
But it's Russian people.
It's weird. Like, of course, a weird rich guy would just leave in the middle of our vacation. That makes sense.
But not on a smuggler's plane. There are so many times in this movie where he should be found out.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
What does the Russian ballet care? They're,
give a shit.
They're not
On
Americans.
vacation.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Sailing. They're on vacation. They don't care.
The one girl wants Michael Caine.
Michael
Yeah.
Caine, so good. He has that one line about like they should put on their own sunscreen. God damn it. That was good.
We get someone coming in and saying like, "Hey, we got Joker. Like we got his body out here."
Right.
And this is the first time he pops open and he's not dead. And this is the first time I love these scenes where he's telling how he got the scars on his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the story is different every time.
Yeah. So smart. That Christopher Nolan knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yes. So every story is an incredible monologue too.
Yeah, I thought that was a Heath Ledger thing. Like he did that himself.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I thought I heard that.
I don't know. But either way, and an unbelievable twist on the storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, the first time he says his father did it to him, basically.
Yeah, and I love that we never find out anything about him. We never find out a thing about him.
Nope.
I'm guessing they were saving that. I guess we'll get to that at the end. They're saving things for the next movie, but
yeah, probably.
We then shoot back over to Hong Kong where Fox is going to his meeting.
And he has a super duper spy cell phone.
Yeah. He has to leave a cell phone, so he does. They like won't let him bring one in. He has a second one secretly that no one seems to want to find out about.
And nobody frisks Fox to get the other one.
And he basically covers it by saying, like, listen, I'm here to tell you in person that I respect you enough to tell you in person that we're not doing this meeting.
I'm here to tell you the deal's off, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He then like turns on his secret phone.
Oh,
and it like sonar maps out the entire building essentially.
Yes.
Just in case Batman was listening. And he leaves his other phone at like the front desk so that's still there. And that night, that phone is used to like shut off the power to the building.
Yep.
That's when Batman comes in out of a plane.
Right. He gets that special suit ordered from Fox and jumps out of a plane and smashes the window.
No, he was on a building. He shot the.
Oh right.
Oh, yeah.
He like spelunk. He goes into the plane while it's flying.
Yes, he leaves the other plane. Right. Yeah.
What's his name out of there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So he goes in. He like finds Lau, captures him, doesn't kill him, of course, but he's got to bring him back to America. And then he escapes by throwing a balloon out the window, which then gets caught by a cable on a plane, which then yanks both Batman and Lau out, hanging from a plane.
Right. So it was like some super secret military thing that they were able to get a hold of or whatever.
And then he basically just drops him on the front steps of like the police station or city hall or whatever.
Yep.
So he gets interrogated by Rachel, she's an attorney of some kind, right?
She's the ADA.
Yes.
She's the ADA. Okay.
Harvey's assistant.
Okay. Lau though, like, is not saying anything. Like he knows like he has to keep his mouth shut if he wants to get out of anything. If he wants anyone to be on his side.
Right.
Yeah. And he basically says like you're gonna need me if you're trying to link all these other people together. Like if you're trying to prosecute this, is a RICO case, Ryan, from all of your mob movies.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani, RICO, baby.
Yeah, but he basically says you need me to be the one that ties them together.
And he gets to go home and keep all the money, which is so he doesn't give a fuck. He can turn them all in and keep whatever millions of dollars that he took from the mob.
Yeah.
Because they're going to all be in jail. They won't come calling for it.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So basically they say like, all right, we have what we need now. So you see like all of the mobsters getting, this is where we get this scene in court. But all of the mob members get arrested at the same time. Which is that funny scene where they all yell. Just not guilty. Not guilty. Everybody's yelling. Yeah. The judge then finds a Joker card in the middle of the arraignment. Oh yeah. So
she totally ignores it.
She did. She gonna be dead.
Yep. They then are gonna go meet with the mayor, And because they're proud, they said like this is gonna like clean up the streets for a while at least. But they want to like keep everybody like separate, like they want to protect them, like they know there's gonna be retribution here. So they have the mayor like in his room, and he gets a card too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The mayor, who's the dude from Lost.
Who is he in Lost?
He was part of the others or whatever, right? He was with what's his face?
Interesting. I did not put that together, but I think you're right.
He was in Lost.
Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah. Oh yes, we get a fake Batman. Like surprises them. Joker has killed one of the fake Batmans.
That scared me when they dropped the fake Batman down. That was so scary.
And he's just hanging by a noose.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that. So it's the same one as from the beginning too.
Yeah.
Right.
Same guy.
And then he's got like his face has been sliced into the smile and everything.
Yep, he sliced him.
And oh yes, that's right. There's a Joker card and it says, "Will the real Batman please stand up?"
So he's obviously Joker's a big Eminem fan.
Yes, obviously. And they're watching like he like has a video that gets released through the news or whatever where
he releases the torture.
Him torturing and killing this guy.
Yeah.
He basically says, "I'm a man of my word. People are gonna die until Batman
has to reveal his face."
Yes.
Right?
And every day that he doesn't, people will die. Yeah.
Yes. And then he like kills the guy. So what do? You throw a millionaire party while people are getting murdered.
Yep.
Got to get the Harvey Dent in there so you can get with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yep. To his own party, Bruce Wayne shows up late via helicopter, of course.
Makes sense.
With a bunch of models. He gives a little speech about how he loves Harvey Dent. And then he while this is going on, pulls Rachel aside to be like, "Hey,
get together because I'm Batman. I'm going to retire."
And he basically says like, "Hey, listen, once I get him elected, he's in charge. I can retire and you and I can be together." It's just like, oh my God.
Dick thing to do, Batman. Dick.
Yeah. Very dick thing.
Harvey Dent comes out to break them up, basically be like, "Come on, man. What are we doing here?"
I know exactly. Yeah. Harvey Dent is a fucking investigator. He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Also, Bruce Wayne is the most famous person in fucking Gotham, right?
Yeah.
And Harvey Dent is not an idiot. He must know who he used to date.
Yeah, I feel like Rachel. They've talked about it. I feel like
he asked Alfred because Alfred also knows
any crazy ex-boyfriends.
Yeah.
That's right.
Michael Caine is the best.
He says, "Oh, you have no idea."
No idea.
That's right, because he thinks they've just been friends since childhood, which is true. But
yeah.
Oh, sir, you have no idea.
We flash over to Lieutenant Gordon, who somehow discovers there's three DNA traces on their Joker card they found. One's the commissioner, one's Harvey Dent, and one's the judge.
Okay, they're all gonna die.
They're all gonna die. So they try to say everyone be careful. But the judge gets in her car and blows up.
Right, because two cops are like, "We need to protect you. You need to get in your car right now." And she listens to them, and that's why she dies. Yep.
The commissioner, they hide in his office, and while they're talking, he takes a bottle of booze out of his desk, which is that a thing you can do in real life? Because it's in all the movies. But no. I feel like if I put a bottle of booze in my desk, I'd get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how high up you are. I mean, he's the commissioner.
I guess it's true.
I like how his little line there where he's like, "You're going to have to explain it to my wife. Let me get this booze going. I'm not upset about this. I'm just going to get drunk in my office."
Yep. But he is poisoned and he chokes and dies.
He drinks acid.
Yep.
This movie is really fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
It is crazy fucked up.
Yep. We get Harvey Dent proposing to Rachel, and she's like, I'm not going to say why, but I'm still in love with Bruce Wayne.
She's not, though.
No.
Nah.
She's not, though. Right?
I don't. I kind of.
Why doesn't she
zoned
just
out.
say yes? Seems like she wants to be lawyer buddies with him.
Yeah, I zoned out when she was on, so I
She's
kind of.
so bad. She plays it
It doesn't
so
matter
bad.
because before she
bad.
can give an answer, Bruce Wayne walks up behind Harvey Dent, quick chokehold, out cold, just puts him out.
Bruce Wayne,
Right. Okay.
Batman, asshole in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, he saves the day and all that, but he's a dick the whole
Which
time.
is the way Batman's supposed to be.
She's like, "What are you doing?
You're such a dick. What are you doing?"
And he basically says, like, "Oh, the Joker's here."
I figured out.
Which how does he know? How does he know?
We never know because unless Gordon called him, which Gordon doesn't know who he is. So how did that happen?
Yeah,
How do you find out?
I mean, it's his giant penthouse or whatever. Maybe he just on security. I don't know.
Yeah,
but he doesn't save. He doesn't save.
Elevator.
He saves no one else. He saves no one.
No, he doesn't care.
There's obviously some kind of explanation we're missing here, but
so Joker comes in and he basically finds Rachel and says, like, "Where's Harvey? Like, I want your boyfriend." And then he tells another story.
Yeah, because he's gonna cut Maggie Gyllenhaal.
And he says, like, "You want to know how I got mine?" He says, like, "Some loan sharks did this to my wife, so I did it to myself to show her, like, I still love you. You're beautiful." Right. And then she's like, and she hated it.
And she left me.
Yeah.
She left me after that.
Jesus Christ.
But then Rachel kicks him away, and he's like, "Ooh, I like a little fight." And he gets, like, extra creepy. Then Batman shows up, and they fight, Joker and Batman.
Right.
This is another one where, like, Batman usually can beat people up, but in this case, a couple of goons give him a real hard time.
Kicks the crap out of people. He bends guns, but this time, yeah, he can't.
Yeah, there's one, like, he is literally in Heath Ledger's eye line when he is his surprise. I'm here. Like, how he's right there. How do you not?
They do a good job. They do a good job with Joker is smart, but he can't fight. Like, he can fight, but not like Batman.
But he's not a ninja.
He's obviously going to lose anytime Batman gets his hands on him. He's going to lose.
Yeah.
But he outsmarts him every time. So that was good. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So basically, Joker ends up pulling Rachel out, like, to the window, and he's, like, dangling her. Batman says, like, "Let her go," and he's like, "Well, that's a very poor choice of words," and just drops her out the window.
This is where we turn the tide, and Joker gets funny after this. Starts getting, instead of creepy, he's funny after this.
Yeah. So Batman dives out to save her, and that's the end. Joker gets away somehow,
and they land on that car like you.
They drop from the fucking penthouse and land on the car. We're both okay.
Oh, we forgot about Wayne Manor blew up in the last movie.
Oh, yeah, it was burned down. It was burned
living
down
in a hotel, right? They burned it down. So Batman's living in a penthouse, but his bat cave is that, like, it's like a.
How would you entrance in the?
How would you describe it? It's like it's like a shipping container that drops into the ground and then is like a giant thing. Like, how did you build this with no one knowing? How did you build this thing? Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but how did you make it?
That's his backup. Backup.
Who made this for you?
I mean, maybe it's the same Batcave, just a different entrance. But
it
seems not very close.
No, it's not. It's a different place.
It seems to be very far from the first one. From Wayne Manor. Yeah,
because he has to drive to it in his fancy cars and get out and go down the shipping container. It's really weird. It's a cool setup. It's like. How did no one notice this happened? Like,
I mean, I guess it's part of Wayne Enterprises. Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
The next day, we get Alfred giving his story about the guy who just wants to watch the world burn, who was stealing jewels from him.
Who was stealing rubies and, like, throwing them away and giving them to children.
Yeah, that he didn't want the money. He just wanted
the money.
Yeah.
Alfred
wanted to do weird stuff.
Alfred's the smartest guy in all these movies. He's the smartest guy in every movie.
Yeah. Then we get Batman being a real creep and listening in on everyone's cell phone conversations at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to find, like, what's going on.
Mention of the Joker. Yeah.
Yep. And we find out that 2 policemen were murdered. Their names were Harvey and Dent. So then one of the police officers starts to say, like, this is Batman's fault. Like, he's doing this. And Gordon, of course, defends him.
Right.
And he like shows up to the murder scene and basically says, like, give me 5 minutes before your cops show up. And Gordon's like, okay, yep, no problem.
Because your cops are fucking compromised.
Yep.
Which Gordon never admits to until the end. Or until soon, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand this whole thing. Can you explain this bullet thing? Because there's 2 sections of the movie where I'm like, this shit makes no fucking sense. This bullet thing.
He
is
takes the
always
bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes the bullet hole.
Because the bullet's still in there, but it's going to be shattered. So he takes the entire section, has a computer map out like what's inside, so that they can reconstruct the bullet to be one thing.
Then he has to shoot the gun into all the bricks and stuff.
That I don't understand.
Why is he doing that?
It's
figure out.
Can you explain this?
It's science.
To figure out how the bullet's breaking. That way they can reconstruct it.
Because they're trying to get a thumbprint.
They're able
of a destroyed bullet.
They get a thumbprint off a destroyed bullet by shooting it into other bricks and reconstructing it through a computer.
Yes.
Which is just like
yes.
But then they do anything with this thumbprint? I can't remember.
Yeah, because they're
trying to get like the Joker's information.
They get his apartment, which he already knows Batman's gonna figure out, so he has the guys there.
Yeah. Because that's the crazy guy, the Arkham guy.
But he's already knows the Batman's gonna figure it out, so it doesn't help him at all because all the real cops are like tied up in there, right?
It's science, right? You don't understand.
I could have cut that. That scene confused the fuck out of me, and another one very soon also confused me. Still confuses me. Why?
We then get a fun scene with Morgan Freeman where his accountant guy comes back and is like, I can see that you're working for Batman. Like, you're wasting so much money, and you built the Batmobile.
You literally built the Batmobile.
That's your baby out there.
Yeah. And he says, Fox looks at him and says, let me get this straight. You think that your client, one of the wealthiest and most powerful men in the world, is secretly a vigilante who spends his nights beating criminals to a pulp with his bare hands. And your plan is to blackmail this person? Good luck.
I'm so glad you pulled that word for word, because it's the best line. It's so good.
And it just like his face drops and he's like, I guess I'll go.
That's a good point.
So good. So good. But again, like you said, it shows how easy it is to figure out who Batman is.
Yeah.
Real simple to figure out who he is.
Oh, there was another point where, like, when Joker was taking over the penthouse, where Batman leaves 2 people who were getting busy in his bedroom.
Yeah, they're having sex in Bruce Wayne's bedroom.
Into his little panic room where he's got his bat suit. And they go, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then all of a sudden Batman shows up. Yeah. Bitch, like, how you not put 2 and 2 together?
Of course it's him.
No, because they say, like, it's his panic room. So, like, he's just hiding. He's just hiding.
And then
also,
all of a sudden Batman
what an unbelievable dickhead that he saves no one at this penthouse party except for Harvey Dent and Rachel. Those are the only people he saves. He doesn't care about anyone else dying.
He literally doesn't say anything to those 2 people, too.
He doesn't help them.
What's going on out there? And
at all.
He just goes right on with his business.
Yeah, you might want to get out of here, run away.
The bed. Nothing like that.
No.
Fuck you. All I care about is saving Harvey Dent and Rachel.
Oh, what a dick.
Such a dickhead.
So, Bill, what part are we up to?
Okay. So this is the bullet part. Let's see if we can do this a little bit. So they're reconstructing the bullet.
Right.
And basically Fox is like, why did you take over the research and development? And he's like, yes, I did. And I'm not going to tell you like why, but yes, I have. And then basically they pull a fingerprint and they realize that it's an apartment that is overlooking where they're going to do the funerals. So they know, like,
for the commissioner, and they're trying to kill the mayor.
Right. So
Right.
this
Yes.
to him is I got to go stop this. They're going to try to kill the mayor. Joker knows he's going to show up, and so he's doing it to like try to frame him as the one doing the killing.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
At the ceremony, there's the parade and the whole thing. He goes and Bruce Wayne, because at this point Batman can't show up. He has to show up as Bruce Wayne, and basically they want to get a Lamborghini into the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, this is when he takes his crotch rocket.
Oh, you're right. They find a bunch of guards tied up.
Yeah, and their underwear.
And they say like our guns and our uniforms are both stolen. So like, oh, so they're like part of the crowd now.
Right. They're
They're
part
like
of the
in plain sight.
Yeah.
There's also binoculars pointed out of a window, and then all of a sudden a timer goes off and the blinds go up, which causes all the snipers to see the sudden movement and start trying to shoot him. And while that's
going
going
on, that a 21 gun salute's going on.
Yeah, so all the snipers that would be watching them are now looking in this window. We see Joker with no makeup on. Yeah. Still the scars, but just dressed up as a cop. He takes a shot at the mayor, but of course Gordon saves him. Gets shot himself. Yep.
And okay.
Panic ensues.
Yep.
Cops capture the one guy.
Yes.
They catch the what is his name? The dude from Ant-Man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah.
Creepy guy in every other movie, but in Ant-Man as one of the guys
ex-criminals.
Ex-criminals who helps Ant-Man.
Dent goes looking at the guy that they caught, and he's got a thing that says Officer Rachel Dawes, like a name tag. And he's like, oh, so he calls Rachel. He's like, they are coming for you right now.
Yeah.
Basically, he says, like, go to Bruce's penthouse. He says, I love you. She does not answer.
Wow.
She still loves Bruce.
Harvey.
Poor
Harvey.
We find out Gordon's wife is told your husband died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And his son sees Batman just hanging out watching.
Right.
Oh yes, Batman goes to a dance club to find the mob guy.
Yeah, he beats everybody up in a dance club. I enjoyed this.
Yep.
Batman, just unhinged Batman, just beating everybody up in basically broad daylight almost.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go to a club and just beat everybody up. I don't care.
And then he takes him out to like a ledge, and he basically says, like, you're doing this wrong, man. I'm not gonna die if you drop me off of this ledge. Like, if you're trying to scare me, you got to bring me up higher. He's like, oh, I'm counting on you not. Yeah, I'm counting on it, and shoves him off of the ledge.
And then he jumps down from the same fucking height and doesn't get hurt.
He didn't fall. He jumped.
He floated with his cape. I'm counting on it.
It's actually not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just a voice.
Jump from a penthouse, which is at least like
12 to 30 stories up.
30 stories up.
The cape on at that point.
But he landed full force on that car.
Which did not destroy the car. When earlier in the movie, he jumps like very, very early on catching Scarecrow. He jumps maybe 2 stories down and crushes, murders a van.
He crushes the other car though, doesn't he?
Not really, because there was a guy in that car.
Oh, he didn't kill that guy, right?
Yeah, it's like,
and another human being was on top of him, landing on top of him.
Yeah, like,
oh, Batman. Anyway,
so inconsistent. Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
We're nitpicking. This movie is good.
It's fantastic.
There's some pieces of this movie where everyone in 2008 was like, "This movie's incredible," blah blah blah, and I felt the same way.
And now watching it back, you're like,
watching it back, you're like, "There's some stuff in here that's just bad." Like, this movie is very good,
Yes.
for most of it, but there's little things here and there that are like, this is sort of bad.
Okay, so the guy with the broken legs now basically says like Joker doesn't have friends, so you can't get to him.
I can't give you any information on this guy.
But he basically says you play by rules. He doesn't, and he knows that you play by rules, and he doesn't. So you're screwed. We then go to
talk to you because of that.
Yeah, and then Dent we see interrogating his friend.
Right,
Joker's friend
Dent's gone off the chain,
and we see the first traces of Two-Face where he flips his two-sided, which we know is a two-sided coin, but he says like basically like we'll see if I'm going to kill you or not. And Batman tries to stop him, and he's like, "Relax, Batman. What are we doing here?"
Yeah.
But basically, they have a conversation. He says, "Like, hold the press conference tomorrow. I'll turn myself in. Like, this is how it has to go."
Right.
Harvey doesn't want him to, and then Bruce goes home to find Rachel waiting for him there, obviously,
because Harvey told her.
He kisses her, but then she basically says, "Like,
it's over.
If you turn yourself in as Batman, like this is never going to work out."
Right. I can't date you if you're in jail.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't care about you. You're an asshole. I don't like you. I've never really liked you. You're just kind of weirdo. Right? I want to hang out with Harvey Dent, who I also don't love.
A little harsh, Ryan. Just a little harsh.
Harvey Dent, who I also don't love.
Does not, clearly.
That's how bad an acting job it is. We don't know who the fuck she actually cares about.
Yeah. She's terrible.
We get another conversation between Alfred and Bruce about like how Batman's got to be the symbol for the city now. And he's like, I don't want all this people dying on behalf of me. And he said, is this where he asked him, like, did you ever catch the robbers?
This is great.
Yeah. And he says, yes, we did. Well, how'd you do it? He said, we burnt down the entire forest.
Yeah.
So they don't know that they caught the robber. They're just assuming they caught the robber.
I'm sure he ran out and they caught him. I want to see Blood Diamond Alfred movie. Like, that's what I want to see. Not this.
The prequel?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Michael Caine, Blood Diamond.
Tom Hardy playing young Michael Caine?
No, never.
Michael Caine playing young Michael Caine?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Just de-age him.
Older now.
Just de-age him. I just want to see a movie with Michael Caine as the main character instead of Batman.
That'd be fun. So we go to the press conference and Harvey basically says, like, I'm Batman.
Right. Harvey takes the fall for Batman instead of Bruce. Yeah, and Bruce kind of lets him do it. He
Bruce
just
is there and watches it. Yeah,
not kind of. He lets him do it.
He doesn't help at all. He just lets him take the fall.
It, but he watches it. Yeah,
it's so fucked up. He just lets him do it. Like, okay.
Yeah, and then so Rachel sees this on TV.
And she's mad.
The apartment is real mad. She's like, I can't believe he would let him, like he's being a coward, and gives like a Dear John letter, if you will. A note to Alfred that says like, give this when the time's right. And he says like, how will I know? And she's like, it's not sealed. You can look at it. So basically like
you can read how much I don't want to marry Batman.
Yeah. He's such a dick. Now he's done this. Like it's over.
Yep.
I'm going to marry this other guy I don't like either.
So she like goes and finds Harvey getting taken away in cuffs, and he like flips his double-sided coin at her, and basically says like, "Don't worry about it, I got this."
You do not have this, Harvey. Sorry.
He thinks that he's gonna get attacked by Joker, but he's waiting for the real Batman to show up to save him, basically.
Right.
So he's being transported, and we see one by one all the police transport cars getting taken out.
The scene is cool, but this whole plot is fucking dumb.
I know that you hate this movie. You made that clear.
No, I like this movie. I hate the bullet thing. Fine. This part, I'm like, I love the car chase. Great. Love everything about the scene, but I'll tell you in a minute. My least favorite part of this movie, even worse than Maggie Gyllenhaal.
So we have basically he's got an RPG and he's shooting everybody. and
Right.
the Super Batmobile shows up, and
Yeah, the
he
tumbler
shoots
shows
it
up
with an RPG,
and blows it up.
and so one of the wheels basically pops off and turns into
Bat
super
cycle.
motorcycle. The super
Yep.
motorcycle.
Didn't hate this either. Fine with it.
Okay, so Batman's chasing him now on the Bat Pod.
Right.
And he flips.
They have that collision course thing, which is in all the trailers and every like commercial for this.
Yeah,
Which is a nod to the original Batman with Jack Nicholson, because he got that super long gun, right? Is that from that original Batman, or is that from the 60s Batman?
No, the super long gun is from original Batman, like the movie Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, right. Because he's in the bat wing flying towards the giant gun.
Yep.
That's in the first movie. So this is Joker with a gun and the motorcycle driving towards it. And I can't remember. Does he crash the Batwing?
Joker shoots it down.
Yes. Yeah.
Joker shoots it in the first.
With the long gun, he like shoots it and takes it out of the sky.
Yeah.
He shoots out an aircraft, but okay.
With a gun, yes.
Okay, still don't hate it.
So they end up basically meeting up, and he basically Joker's like, "Go ahead, go kill me," and he like stands in the road and plays chicken with Batman
because he knows he's not going to kill him.
And Batman, sure enough, not only swerves around him but like crashes because he doesn't even like slow down enough.
Oh my god, he crashes his own fucking motorcycle instead of.
Yeah,
this guy is like incredible. He can jump from stories down and survive, do all these grappling hooks, fucking take a guy from a building and jump with his balloon into an airplane, but he can't figure out how to stop a motorcycle and arrest this fucking guy. Well, whatever.
You know, the other thing that I really love about that part is that 2 minutes before they showed the Bat Pod or whatever you want to call it coming to like a skid halt, and the front wheel is like rolling.
They spin and he drives up a building.
And then he keeps going.
Yeah,
that doesn't
drives up a building, turns around.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, which is cool. I like that. I like the 18-wheeler flipping over with the cables or whatever, and it flips over. That's all good.
Yeah, but the fact that 1 minute that front wheel is able to like roll and he's able to skid and then keep driving, and then the next minute he's just skidding and then
he crashes.
It's like, what the fuck? Consistency.
So basically, Joker's
fine.
gonna
Still not my least favorite thing.
Okay.
Because this is basically the end. Joker jumps on him to kill him, and one of the like SWAT guys puts a gun to his head, and it's Gordon. He's not dead after all.
Why? This is what I hate the most. Why the fuck did he need to fake his own death?
To protect his family.
To protect his family.
From who? From what? How?
Joker.
Why?
Joker.
Doing what? He doesn't care about him. He wants to kill the mayor and Batman.
Gordon thinks highly of himself. What can I say?
It makes no sense that he would fake his own death. It doesn't help. Any old dude could have jumped in there. Gordon could have never did that and drove that car if that's what he was worried about. Why did he fake his own death? Can you explain any of that to me?
To protect his family.
He fucking traumatized his family for life by them thinking he's dead.
Yeah. His wife slaps him to show that she did not appreciate it.
Why didn't he let them in on his plan? Why didn't he leave the house and be like, look, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to wear a bulletproof vest. Dudes are going to come. They're going to tell you I'm dead. I'm not going to be dead. I'm not going to be dead. I'm telling you, my fucking wife and kids.
He needs to buy in.
But why? Pretend. Fucking fake cry. Why do I need to die?
She needs to be
real
believable.
But why does he need to fake die? It makes no sense.
You don't get it, Ryan.
I don't get it. He doesn't. He could have done any of the things he did in this part. He could have done as a real life alive guy.
This conversation right now is the reason you'll never be a police commissioner.
This is why. Not all the other horrible. Like I would be terrible at the job. Number one, but I can't fake my own death. Oh my god, I hate this part. I hated it in the movie, Like the first time I saw it, I'm like, why did he fake his own death? Hate it every time I watch it.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead. We have a lot more to go because this movie's fucking long.
It's very long. So essentially, they pull Joker away and they're bringing him to.
They arrest him.
But yeah, he's arrested.
He's going to Gotham Police Department or whatever.
Yep.
What
major crimes. That's where they take him.
Major crimes precinct.
Gordon is alive, so they're like, "Hey, you faked your own death. Now you get to be commissioner." He then decides, like,
congratulations, your stupid fucking plan. You get to be commissioner now because the commissioner, the real commissioner you were supposed to fucking protect, died from drinking acid and died. And you also got a judge killed. Great job, buddy. Harvey Dent's also missing.
So he says, "All right, let me go give my wife a high five, let her know I'm alive. But then I'm coming back. I got to interrogate Joker."
Coming right back.
But by interrogate Joker, basically, it's Batman's going to do it. So Batman starts beating up Joker, but he says, like, again, because they're looking for Harvey. Harvey's missing.
Right.
And
when did Harvey go missing? Because I missed that, and I missed when Maggie Gyllenhaal went missing.
It's like really quickly glossed over that, like, he's supposed to get picked up by cops to be taken home, and so is she.
During like the police chase, they go missing when Batman's fighting Joker.
It's like a radio thing, like, you need to go with these cops to get to safety or something.
Okay.
I think it says like, you've been marked or something. You need to go with my security detail, who's definitely corrupted by Joker.
Okay. All right. So I just missed that part.
Yeah.
It's fast. It's really quickly glossed over, but it is in there. Yeah.
Basically,
so much more. Oh my god.
Batman's interrogating Joker,
and he's beating him up.
Scene. Yep.
And Joker's laughing at him. He's like, "You're not going to kill me. Like, I don't mind the pain.
I don't care. I can deal with whatever."
And he says, like, "You're going to have to violate your own code and kill someone tonight." Basically says, like, "I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to tell you where both Rachel and Harvey Dent are.
Right. And one of them's going to die.
And you can only save one of them. You're going to kill the other one." And
Which is a time-honored Batman tradition to do that. Villains do that all the time.
Yep. So he tells them where they are, and he says, like, "All right, this is the address for each of them." So Batman rushes out and says to Gordon, who's been, like, listening in, like, "I'm going to go save Rachel. You guys go get Harvey."
Which they can't get to Harvey quick enough, apparently. Like, Batman can get there like that.
Yeah, he's
but
got
police are too slow.
Well, they don't have bat bikes. Yeah.
Bat bucks.
Bat bikes. He's got the bat.
He said bat buck. Oh. Right, his Batmobile is destroyed, so he can't even use that.
But basically says, like, "I'm gonna go get Rachel. You guys get Harvey." Then we see them tied up, like, in just a room full of cans of gas.
Yeah, and bombs.
And they're talking to each other on the phone, and he's like trying to say, like, "We're gonna be okay," and she's like, "No, we're gonna die."
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah,
we're not.
Yeah. So he goes and Harvey's like, "We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine." And then we see him. Harvey's trying to escape, and he falls over and lands.
Falls in the gas.
In gasoline.
Just one side of his face, though.
Yeah. So he falls over, and we kind of go back and forth. For right before Batman arrives, we see Joker saying, like, he's holding a cop hostage at this point because he escapes once Batman leaves. And he says, "I just want my phone call." So they give him a phone. When he does it, this fat guy who had been brought in and been complaining about, like, the voices in his head and
chest pains.
He hurts. Yeah. A phone rings inside his body, and it turns out that Joker has turned this dude into a bomb.
Yep. He also baits that one cop into, like, beating him up. So
yeah,
that he can get
that's how he escapes. Yeah. So Joker basically grabs that Lao dude, the Hong Kong guy, and the two of them flee jail.
So he can get all the money.
Batman shows up to rescue Rachel, and turns out Joker reversed it, and he actually is there to get Harvey Dent. He tricked him.
Mm-hmm. But how does he know he's in love with her? I don't know. Doesn't Like that would imply that he would know who he is and know that he dated her. And would go.
The damsel in distress.
Why does he switch the names?
Well, that's part of his Joker game.
He's just being
to
a
not
dick.
tell the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that whatever Batman wants to happen is not going to happen.
And that's when Harvey Dent's like, fuck you.
He
you
probably
saved the wrong guy.
Yeah, Joker probably thought that Batman was going to go for Harvey, so he gave him Rachel's.
Yeah, because he wants Harvey to die here too.
Yeah,
but he gives him. Okay, all right, whatever. So that happens. The bomb goes off.
So yeah, he rescues Harvey, who's mad at him, and he's like, "Well, I'm here, so I'm going to save you."
But he doesn't rescue him that well because the bomb burns his face. He saves his life, but he lets his face get burned off.
Well, because Harvey fell in gas on only half of his face.
He saves everyone else, but lets Harvey's face get burned off.
Yep.
So it can help him in the future wars for Rachel's heart.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Rachel dies. She blows up.
Yep. Because Jim Gordon is terrible in this movie. I mean, the actor's great, but he's not effective in any way ever in this movie.
Batman then goes to visit him in the hospital, leaves the coin behind to basically be like, "Hey, look, just so in case you're curious, Rachel's dead."
Yep.
What an ass! What an asshole!
Alfred,
just in case
Burns,
you want to become a supervillain or something, real quick, like here you go. Here's your motivation.
Yep. Alfred burns the letter. He's like, he doesn't need to see this.
She's dead now, so I'm getting rid of this.
Yeah.
He also is it's very sad when Bruce Wayne's like, she loved me. She was going to leave Harvey. And Alfred's like,
yeah. Okay, I'll take that note back.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, we'll worry about this another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really unhinged right now. All right. Let me just take that note back.
So yeah, Bruce Wayne's sad, and then Alfred's like, yeah, that sucks that she's dead. Don't worry about that right now. Gordon goes to visit Harvey Dent in the hospital, and he's like, so you're in a lot of pain, but you won't take pills. Right. And they want to fix your face and you won't let them. And he basically is like, no, like, why would I
get the fuck out of here? You ruined everything.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
This is because of people in your office killed her, basically.
Which is true. He's not wrong.
And then he says, what did you used to call me? And Gordon's like, we used to call you Harvey Two-Face.
Oh, because he was at Internal Affairs, so he would turn on people and get them and, fuck up cops. Jim Gordon is not effective in this movie at all. He saves no one.
He's a terrible cop.
He literally says no.
No, he saves Batman once.
He saves Batman one time.
Yep. Gordon runs into Maroni in the hallway. He's like, hey, Joker is going too far.
Yeah. I know where he is.
He's having this big meeting.
God, we still have so much of this movie left.
We do.
Right. Because then Joker is at the docks with the money. Yeah. The money pyramid. And Tao, he's got Tao tied up on top of it. Right?
Well, first we get... What's that one?
Was it Tao or was it Tao or was it Lau?
Sorry, Lau.
Lau.
Okay.
When does Joker... He visits him in the hospital too, right?
Yes,
that's later though.
That's coming here. So we get him calling into a TV show basically saying,
all right,
if this guy's not dead, because the lawyer is gonna say who Batman is. So he calls in and says, if he's not dead in 60 minutes, I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
Right.
So basically he's trying to get the city to kill someone for him. But basically it's a game so that he can blow up Gotham in general.
How did he get so many bombs in that place without being noticed?
He's got everybody on his side.
Apparently.
But so a nurse goes in, a cop and a cop goes in to like save him, but it turns out that it's actually the Joker has made his way in to visit Harvey.
Right. As dressed as a nurse, which is very
and
funny.
then
he
again,
leaves
yeah,
dressed as a nurse. Yeah.
but he's in
Yeah.
he's in Harvey's room, and Harvey doesn't recognize him because he's got a face mask on. Now, we've all been living with face masks. You can still see
Right.
the
And we're talking
eyes.
Goddamn Joe.
Yeah. How does
Not
he
just
not
a regular old Joe. He's Joker.
Yeah, and he doesn't realize that it's the Joker.
His face was burned off. He probably doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, go ahead, Bill.
You guys hate this movie.
No,
you
it's not.
hate
I
this
hate
movie.
one part of this movie. That's it.
So they get their
And Maggie
little
Gyllenhaal.
one-on-one bad guy chat, and basically says, "I want to introduce chaos." So he gives him a loaded gun and puts it to his head. He's like, "Go ahead, White Knight," because he's trying to basically tear him down as like this. At this point, he still thinks he's Harvey Dent, the like incorruptible guy.
Right.
And he puts a gun against his head. He's like, "Go ahead and kill me." And Harvey flips his coin and says, like, basically, like, you got a 50-50 shot. And Joker, like, gets real hard over this. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I love this game."
Yeah.
Full torque right there. Full torque.
Yeah. So we don't know what happens, but then we see Joker walking out of the hospital as it's exploding. So clearly not dead.
He's hitting the detonator and it won't go off. And that's a very funny part. He's like,
yeah, like half the hospital blows up and he's like, what
the fuck? Why is this not blowing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And then all the school buses have to leave. So he keeps getting on school buses to escape. He gets on a school bus to escape the bank robbery at the beginning. He gets a school bus here to escape the blowing up the hospital.
I didn't bring this up in the beginning, but how did that that school bus back up so fast to blow straight through all that building?
Right.
That
would be tough. That's tough. Tough stuff.
I kind of want to watch the cinema sins of this movie to see how much stuff.
Sure. All these things we pointed out are on CinemaSins.
Gotta be.
I've never seen a single CinemaSins.
Oh, really? You know what my favorite thing on
CinemaSins
is? When he like gives points back, where he's like, "That was great. Actually, that scene was great. Plus 5 points. I'm giving 5 points back."
Yep.
I like that.
So we see Joker. At this point, we see the two bad guys essentially. Joker gets on TV and he's like, "The city's mine now, so if you don't want to be part of it, get out." But then like alludes like, "Good luck getting out of here on the bridges."
Right. I'm gonna blow something else up.
Yeah.
Don't use the bridges or the tunnels. So basically, people have to use ferries.
Yeah, he forces people to go to the ferry.
And then we see Two-Face going into a bar to look for like dirty cops and stuff.
Right.
And he ends up killing one of them because he does the coin flip and it's the wrong side. So we see him actually start killing people. So now he's a bad guy.
What'd you think of his face? Like how his face looked? Was it kind of goofy to you at the time or now, or was it okay?
I didn't care.
I liked it. It looked good.
Some people made fun of it at the time for being goofy looking, but I thought it was cool.
It made more sense than the purple face that he has in comics. So
sure, of course. How are you gonna? Right.
But yeah, I like the exposed eye.
And yeah, it was cool looking. It's crazy
looking. The chin.
Right.
The chin has Jonah Hex vibes to it.
Jonah Hex, what a terrible movie! Oh my god!
I've never seen that. I've just seen like pictures of the comic. But
that's a cinema sin you should watch. Jonah
Hex. So we get Batman talking to Fox, to Morgan Freeman now, basically saying like, "I'm going to track him down by spying on everyone in the city." Again,
being a massive dick, like. You are going to hate this, but I used all the money and went behind your back to do this thing where I spy on everybody. Also, you have to be in control of it. Sorry, bye.
So he basically says, like, I'm done when this is over. Like, I'll help you now, but
yeah, I'm out of here.
But then this has to go. And he basically says, like, hey, as soon as you enter your name, it's going to, that's the password. Yeah. Well, she says your name. He doesn't say your first name, your last name, both of them. Is there a space? Is there an underscore? He just says, it's your name.
Sorry, wrong password. Sorry, wrong password.
We go back to Two-Face, and he keeps like going after mob members and killing some and not other ones.
He does that one where he finally kills the head of the families there, where they're in like the car and he buckles himself up and does the coin for him, but he can't do it, so he does it again for the driver and shoots the driver. Right?
Yeah, he does flip the coin for himself.
Oh, right. He does all of them. Like, oh, one for me, one for you, one for the driver.
But yeah, he kills the driver of the car that he's in.
Yeah, and then that kills everybody else. And he's fine. Also, he walks away with nothing.
He buckles up right in front of this guy. If he's buckling up.
Yeah, I'm buckling up.
But I'm buckling up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like,
he walks away fine, too. He's not hurt at all when that thing flips.
Yeah.
So we now see two boats, two of the ferries, because everyone's got to pack on. Both like lose power. Oddly enough, one is just regular people, and one is inmates from the penitentiary.
Right, because Gordon doesn't want Joker to take over all the bad guys and let them run wild in Gotham, which is the plot of all comic books.
Yeah. So he's trying to get him off the island, and we hear over the loudspeaker like, "This is an experiment. One of you." There's like, here's a detonator for each boat. You don't kill the other one before they kill you. A, you're going to die. If neither of you does it, I'm just going to blow you both up.
Yep. Right.
So then, of course, everyone's like, all right, both boats, people are like, do it.
Yeah, let's blow them up.
Which, this is the part I had a problem with. At some point, someone just grabs a detonator and hits the button.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah, probably.
There's definitely somebody who's a big old dick, especially on the civilian ship. No, on the civilian ship, because there's no cops with guns or like guards with guns. There's just like
the boat people.
Honestly, like if I'm on it and I'm on a thing with my family and it's like, hey, your family's going to die. You have to kill a bunch of these criminals. I probably would do it.
Yep.
I don't think I would feel too bad about that.
Yeah.
People are better than that. God damn it.
Well, we'll see.
They're better than that, Joker.
No, they are not.
Meanwhile, Fox tracks down the Joker and he says, like, oh, they're in this building under construction, of course. There's like 1 million guards there. So Batman goes in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Two-Face wants Gordon to come with his family.
Yeah, he kidnaps all of them.
Yep.
Gordon is at fault.
And he says, basically, let's meet up where you killed Rachel, basically.
Oh. Yep. Sorry, fuck that one up.
Ramirez, the cop he's using,
she's the dirty cop.
Begs for her life, and it lands on head. So he's like, all right, fine. You can keep living.
Yeah, he lets her go, right?
Yeah, he lets her go. Then Gordon goes to like meet him to save his family while Batman breaks in to get
to the Joker.
Which there's that whole thing of like the Joker's people are dressed up as regular
as doctors
people, as doctors, and it's all backwards. Everything's backwards.
Yeah, all the hostages are Joker's goons or whatever, and then the people dressed up. Yeah. Because they find him like shaking, holding a gun, but it's like taped to their hand.
Then Batman has to beat up all the cops.
Yeah.
To save everybody's life.
And then all of a sudden they stop shooting. Like the cops decide to.
They finally figured it out. Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh wait,
oops!"
That's why he was beating us up.
Yeah. He fights the cops to get them to stop, so they don't kill the hostages. Joker then when he finally gets to the Joker, he's surrounded by a bunch of Rottweilers.
Did we talk about how he set the money on fire and just burned all the money?
Oh, yes. We do see him. He's sitting on the pile of money.
And then he kills a bunch of people.
And he says, like, I'm burning my half of the money. You guys can split your half. I don't care. But this is what I'm doing. And then, he kills a bunch of the mobster peoples.
I like the part where he slides down the mountain of money. He just like slides down on it to talk to the other guy. That's funny.
Yep. So he sets the dogs on Batman, and we know from earlier in the movie that Batman's only so-so at fighting dogs.
Yep.
Not great.
But
he kicks the fuck out of those dogs.
He does. But Joker ends up hitting him with like a metal rod, essentially.
Yeah.
And then he like traps him under a beam. Then we flash back to these two boats.
Right. A lot of tension there.
The good guys, the regular people
Civilians.
vote to do it, but no one wants to be the actual trigger man. So one dude's like, fine, give it to me, I'll do it. And then
but he can't do it.
He's a baby. He won't do it.
He's the dick who wants to do it, but then he can't pull it off.
Yeah.
At that point, you got the thing in your hand.
Yeah.
I still feel I agree, Bill. I would have been able to just
someone would have grabbed it and hit the thing.
Something would have happened.
Click.
But we go to the other boat, and our man, Tiny Lister,
right?
Zeus is just sitting in the background. You see him for a while, just sitting there, not minding his own business. He's like, massive and scary because he's like him.
Fidgeting.
Yeah. So he basically gets up, and one of the cops has the thing, and he's trying to figure out if he's going to do it or not. And he basically says, like, give it to me. I will do what you should have done 10 minutes ago. So the cop, like, feels guilty, but gives it to him, like, whatever, at least I get to live. And he takes it and just throws it out the window and goes and sits back down, and no one says a word to him.
So good.
I love that, like, when he stands up, you see, like, they pan across all the prisoners, and they're all like, oh, shit, yeah, I'm going to sit down a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say something about, like, you've never killed before or something like that? Doesn't he say like a line about that?
You've never taken a life. Let somebody else who's done that.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I'll do it. And then he throws it out the window.
So good. What a great scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great job, Tiny Lister. Great job, Zeus.
Excellent, Zeus. Rest in power.
Right.
So we go back to Joker fighting Batman, and then the Joker realizes, like, how come there's not been an explosion yet? Someone should have died.
Right, because it's after midnight now.
So he's like, well, all right, I told him I would do it. So he is about to like push the detonator himself to blow them up, and Batman shoots like some hand darts at him.
Yeah, like the shredder.
It's
armor,
the super shredder,
forearm blades.
They show that at the very, very beginning when he gets the new suit. He's like, "This suit is too rubbery. Give me a new suit." It's like, you're gonna get stabbed and bit by dogs still.
Batman throws Joker off the side of the building, but then of course he can't kill him, so he saves him with one of his grappling things.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like hanging upside down in Batman's face, laughing at him. He says, "You really are incorruptible." He says, "Like, we're gonna do this forever." Because earlier in the movie, they have a scene to where when they're fighting in the police station, he's like, "I don't hate you. I need you. You complete me."
Yeah.
So
Joker kind of wins. He's like, "He didn't kill me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be back and back and back forever."
He says, like, we are gonna do this. We are bound to fight forever, which is sad because there was gonna be more, but we'll get there at the very end. And he basically says, "Listen, it doesn't matter because my real plan was to make Harvey Dent fall. Once that does, like, that's the real chaos. When this one perfect guy is no longer perfect."
Right. Who was never really perfect.
When he turns out to be evil,
right,
that's when things go wild. We then go and see Gordon and Two-Face have their little face off. And he basically says, like, "I'm going to kill your family." And he says, like, lie to them. Like, I had to lie to Rachel. Tell them it's going to be okay.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Batman shows up to try to stop him. He flips his coin. It's the tail side, so he shoots Batman. Which, come on, it's Batman. What's the point?
We already know that new suit can stop a bullet. Yep. Probably.
Like, then
it could stop a bullet.
Gordon like says, like, what makes you better or whatever. So he like flips the coin for himself, and it comes up heads. So he's like, "Oh, I'm good."
He's really good about like never having to kill himself with that coin.
Yep.
It's like 3 times that this has happened.
And then he does is like, tell your son he's going to be okay. Right as he's about to flip it, Batman tackles him and they fall off the building together. We don't really know at this point what happens, but
right, Harvey's dead.
Two-Face is lying motionless on the ground. Yeah. Batman himself, not dead, of course, falling off a building while he.
Never dead from that.
Nope. Not from that height.
So Batman, again, Joker wins because Batman did kill somebody. He killed Harvey Dent. Did not save him.
So they have a chat, Batman and Commissioner Gordon, where they basically say, like, if people find out that Dent was murdering people, like, that's gonna tear this whole city down. So we have to still make him out to be the hero.
Right.
And so Batman says, like, you can just blame it on me. I'll take the blame because I'm the hero the city needs, not the hero they deserve, or something like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like prophetic words here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so they give
because he's the Dark Knight.
Yes. We see Alfred burning Rachel's note. We see Lucius destroying the sonar machine.
Mm-hmm.
Batman is just talking about how he needs to take the blame. He's, so people think that Harvey Dent
and we see
died
the
a
cops
hero.
chasing him.
Yep. What was the quote here? Batman. Oh yeah, Gordon tells his son, Harvey Dent was the hero Gotham needed. Batman is the hero Gotham deserved.
Yep.
He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
And that's the end of the movie on that line, which is so cringy.
You didn't
so
pop
cringy.
when they said the name of the movie in the movie?
No,
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It's not the worst version of that. Like, there's so much worse. Like, say the name of the movie in the movie.
Oh yeah. But like, no one ever saw. No one talks like that. No one talks like
Jim
that.
Gordon does.
Yeah.
I got some. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, as we talked about, they're going to make a bunch of movies, at least one more, with Joker. And then, unfortunately, real life Joker, Heath Ledger, died. And
right.
obviously, so then they made the Bane movie, which was not great, but it was okay. Ryan, you hate it. Even considering how much you hate this movie,
I don't hate this movie. I like this movie a lot. I just hate that one part. There's nitpicks that don't bother me. Like, it's totally watchable. But that one Jim Gordon thing, like, it drives me nuts. Every time. Like, we could have cut this all out. Obviously, that car chase is awesome, but we didn't need this.
You didn't need the Jim Gordon being dead part.
Yeah, why? Like, it
makes like
if he had to fake his own death in the movie, fine. But did he? Like,
if he was marked, the thing that's missing, he's not marked.
Was he marked? Yeah, I don't remember.
He wasn't marked for death by the Joker. If he had been marked for death by the Joker, then the whole kill, like, pretend I'm dead. Yeah, that makes sense. But he wasn't marked.
Jim Gordon loves himself some Jim Gordon and thinks he's important. And then you guys also clearly don't understand forensic science.
Yes, I'm fully admitting that.
No, I got that.
That's
Ryan.
That's me. I fully admit that I don't understand why that would work, but it's probably just me.
So that
doesn't mean the movie's bad.
At its absolute peak, it was the fourth highest grossing movie ever, at just over $1 billion. It is now currently the 47th.
That many movies
went down.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
At the time, it was the 7th movie to break $1 billion. I'll go through the other 6. The first was Jurassic Park. This is talking about just
movies that made that much money.
Releases. Yeah. Jurassic Park in 93. Number 2 was Titanic.
Sorry.
Number 2 was the Titanic.
Titanic sucks.
Number 3 was Star Wars Episode 1. I think
Also
that's
bad.
mainly just because people were super hyped about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad movie.
Number 4 was Harry Potter, the first one, which again, people
horrible.
super hyped about it.
Harry Potter sucks. No, sorry. I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
Compared to the books, they're garbage movies, but standalone, they're okay. They're fine.
Having not read any of the books and only seeing the one with the sad girl in the bathroom, that's fine.
Yeah. Number 5 was Lord of the Rings, the third movie. So
Return of the King. Yeah.
End of a trilogy. You're gonna get a huge bump for that.
Is that the one where he fights a lava monster?
No,
becomes a
that's
Marine.
that's a Marine
That is the very
commercial.
first one.
That's a Marine commercial.
Yeah. That's what I was confused why he became a Marine in that movie, but
And the sixth one was Pirates 3. So again, the end of a trilogy.
Another long,
yeah. So like the second movie in a trilogy breaking $1 billion, pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark Knight Rises is fucking terrible. Piece of shit. Garbage movie.
Yeah.
You can tell that a lot of the stuff that happens in it was supposed to be Joker stuff, like where he takes over the Pittsburgh Steelers stadium.
Yeah.
Like that was probably supposed to be a Joker thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To sow chaos, yeah.
Bad movie. What a
So literally just letting the like not killing the cops in the sewers.
Tunnel. Yeah.
That's totally a Joker thing.
Yeah.
A lot of bad shit in that movie sucks. What a shitty way. And I remember everyone being so excited for it, and as at the time when I was at my old job, everyone came in, like we saw it on Friday and we came in on Monday and we was getting excited to talk about it, and then everyone just kind of like sadly walked into the office like, yeah, it's bad, it's not good. I really wanted to like it. It's just not a good movie.
Do the Bane voice.
Oh, I can't do the Bane voice. I can't do it.
For the Dark Knight Rises, the highest that got was 7, and it is currently 30th.
So it's still higher than
it's
regular
higher.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, the third one of the trilogy.
This picture behind me is Pete Holmes on Funny or Die. He was doing the Batman is an idiot, making fun of those movies, and they're really hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole section about Two-Face and Harvey. That one's the funniest one, where he can't figure out that Two-Face and Harvey are the same person.
Where's Harvey dead?
Where's Harvey dead?
He keeps his tongue stuck out while he talks.
Yes.
Where's Harvey dead?
I think they're called Badman, the Badmans, and they make fun of all the stupid shit that happens in these movies.
Oh, Harvey, where'd you come from?
Harvey.
Oh, that was Two-Face. Where'd you come from?
Pete Holmes not understanding. Yeah. Pete Holmes Batman not understanding that the two. He thinks they're two different people. Very so good. All right, that's it. Wally, you're up next. What you got?
Oh shit!
Just if you don't have a thing, use John Wick rules, and we'll watch Batman Returns, or Rises, or whatever.
You can watch Batman.
No, Dark Knight. We'll watch the Bane movie.
Oh no, please no.
Please, of the Bane movies.
Please no. That'll be
either Bane movie.
If you don't want me to interrupt you, I will. That will not go well for you because I will just make fun of that movie. The Mr. Freeze Batman movie. I don't know if it's available anywhere, but that has Arnold, who counts. Also, original Bane is a wrestler. He counts too. Yep. If you wanted to do those.
There was something.
You were talking about Baywatch before, but I don't think you
was
still on Baywatch.
There was something else.
There was something else. I don't know what it was.
Did you name it?
No, I didn't because I wanted it to be a surprise, and now I can't fucking remember what it was. Shit. We might have to just.
We're gonna pick this offline.
We'll pick it offline.
Can we a surprise?
It might have to be a surprise.
One show next week. That's the surprise. Well, he's not going to do it.
Down to one show.
I'm not going to pick it.
Down to one show.
No, because this is the only show that I actually talk on. So I have
to down to one show.
Fuck, what was it?
The Mummy?
Well, no.
We're talking about Baywatch. You're talking about one of the mummies, right?
Fast and the Furious 5? 5 Fast, 5 Furious?
Hobbs and Shaw. I still want to do that so badly. Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, I haven't watched it. Like, I'm not going to watch it until it's for the show.
I've never seen it. I've never seen any of them since the second one, I think.
Saving it. All right. We'll pick it offline.
Yeah, we'll have to pick it offline.
We'll pick it offline. My gosh. All right. It's going to be terrible. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Painful.
it's most likely.
Are you
gonna
due
be-
for a good one? Because your last one sucked.
No,
What
it's
was your last one?
Oh.
I don't like the sound of that.
Doom.
No,
Doom was your last one. That
my
sucked.
last one was Doom.
So you're due for a good one now. So maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go with.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
whoa. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Wait a minute.
Well, we just watched him in The Dark Knight. I decided, you know what? Let's see if we've got any more Tiny Lister that we can do.
Oh, there's a ton of Tiny Lister.
So much.
Yeah, we're gonna do Zootopia.
What is Zootopia?
Is that a cartoon?
Yes. Have you not watched this?
What is
Have
it?
you not? Have neither of you watched Zootopia?
Is this
I don't think so.
Madagascar?
Yeah. It is. It's a very good movie. It's a Disney movie.
Oh my God, Zootopia. It's not a Disney
it-
movie, is it?
It's no, yeah, it is because shit, is it?
Is it DreamWorks?
From 2016?
Zootopia.
Yeah. No, it's totally
Tiny Listers in Zootopia.
apparently.
What the hell?
A rookie bunny cop and a cynical con artist fox must work together to uncover a conspiracy.
Oh boy.
I will say we will probably
It is a
have
Disney
to
movie.
try
It is Disney.
Okay.
extremely hard to figure out who
He is.
Oh, don't look it up. Just try to find him.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the name
He doesn't
and I don't know.
Just-
Like it's also been a while since I've watched it. So
Just based on this one picture of the cover of Zootopia, there looks to be a cop that is a giant, mean-looking ox. I think I'm going to say it's him.
Okay.
It is
definitely
not.
him. That's
Okay.
definitely
it's
him.
not. It is not. But
All right. Zootopia. Oh boy.
yes, Zootopia.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's
All
not
right.
bad. It is
Yeah,
not
boy.
bad. Give it
Oh,
a
boy.
shot.
Oh,
This is
boy.
what my is this my
It made $1
second
billion.
my second Disney movie in 3?
Yeah.
You did Moana. This. Oh, not that long ago, you did Bolt.
I
Another,
did Doom. Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm
Done
chilling
some
on
animated movies. A lot of animated. All right.
You got to find a way to make what's his name, the pirate from Dodgeball, get him as a wrestler, and then you can watch every
Alan
Disney
Tudyk.
movie.
Alan
Yeah.
Tudyk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
Alright.
could watch Dodgeball. Fuck. That'd be great.
There's got to be somebody in Dodgeball that connects. Anyway, that's it. Peace out. Zootopia next time. My God.
Yep.